Hello and welcome to our English news coming to you from Canal Algérie. First, the top stories of the news. During his regular interview with the representative of the national press, the President of the Republic, Al-Majid Tebboune, evokes a series of topical national and international issues. The increase of travel allowance decided by the President of the Republic and operational from Sunday is highly appreciated by the Algerians. Water security at the heart of the state's concerns to desalination plants are to discover in our news those of Bijaya and Oran. Welcome again. We kick off our news with the regular interview of the President of the Republic, Al-Majid Tebboune, with the representative of the national press, in which he evoked a series of topical, national, regional and international issues relating to the national economy, investment and development projects, as well as a set of international files that interest Algeria. The salient points of this interview are to be developed in full in our upcoming news bulletins. To another story now, starting from Sunday, July the 20th, Algerians will be benefiting from an increase in the travel allowance amounting to 750 euros for adults and 300 for those aging between 12 and 19, limited to 2 children per family, in accordance with the instruction of the President of the Republic, a long-awaited decision, especially for travel lovers. Melissa Kabash explains.
The travel allowance is officially at 750 euros, a long-awaited measure, especially after its announcement by the President of the Republic during a Council of Ministers.
I think
that the travel allowance of 750 euros is a great decision. I would like to thank the President, hoping for more achievements to come.
As indicated before, the travel allowance of 750 euros for adults and 300 euros for minors will be implemented next Sunday, July 20th. To benefit from this increase, a visa of at least 7 days must be obtained, not having claimed their annual foreign currency during the current year. The exchange will be made at the departure points of the national territory by providing the deposit receipt, the passport and the boarding pass, or at the level of border checkups for those traveling by land. It should be noted that the amount of dinar is calculated according to the manual selling exchange rate on the day of the operation. The increase is seen as a tangible demonstration of the government's commitment to improving citizens' well-being, making international travel more accessible.
To development now, from east to west, Algeria is investing in water desalination stations that work 24 hours round the week to meet the needs of the Algerians and reach water security. Tonight we'll discover the Bijaya and Oran stations with Yassine Hamdi.
The importance of water security is crucial. That's why several desalination projects have been achieved, and stations are working non-stop to ensure high-quality drinking water to citizens, such as in Bijaya.
رغم الصعوبات التي واجهتنا طول مرحلة إنجاز المشروع.
Despite all the challenges we met during the construction of the station, such as the land quality and the weather conditions, the teams of the national company managed to achieve the project following the international standards. In Oran, the desalination station of Al-Maqta reached 400,000 cubic meter production capacity and is an essential part in the drinking water supply process to meet the needs of Oran residents as well as those of Mascara.
We carry out a scheduled periodic maintenance of all the units of the station, starting with the seawater collection unit, then the filtration and reverse osmosis systems, as well as the distribution unit.
To meet the increasing needs of citizens, the national companies are working hard to increase the daily production capacity by the end of the year, a step forward towards water security in Algeria.
To cooperation now at the largest startup fair in South Korea. Algerian entrepreneurs discovered cutting-edge tech and opened doors to future partnership and knowledge exchange. With more details with our special envoy, Manal Lajel, taken up by Melissa Lila Balaman.
The visit to the Yargo Startup event in South Korea turned out to be much more than a simple tech showcase. It opened real opportunities for future partnerships. Among those taking part was Walid, a young Algerian entrepreneur who presented his project to South Korean experts to explore collaboration and the exchange of skills. This initiative could help strengthen ties between the two countries.
We were warmly welcomed. The technologies we discovered meet real needs in Algeria. The knowledge sharing and discussions there showed how both sides can benefit. We still have a lot to learn, but we also have valuable expertise to offer. We produce lighting systems for agricultural areas and public spaces. We're looking to work with startups here, and if it happens, it will be a great chance to build a strong partnership. It's our first time learning about the Algerian market.
During the visit, the Algerian delegation witnessed firsthand how South Korea supports its startups and how that experience could be put to use back home.
This is a great chance to connect with South Korean startups and learn from their experience.
واستفادة من مهارات كورية. حاجة مليحة زدنا ديكوبرينا.
We discovered inspiring startups here, and as an Algerian entrepreneur, it really sparks new ideas.
I realized Algeria has many promising tech startups. I sincerely hope some of them will enter the South Korean market and become success stories.
The visit highlighted Algeria's growing interest in South Korea's approach to entrepreneurship. The meetings pointed to new ways to cooperate and share expertise, with Seoul remaining one of the world's leading technology hubs.
Representing the President of the Republic of Algérie, the War Veterans Minister Al Bika takes part today in the ceremony of the 46th anniversary of the Sandinista Revolution, due to be hosted by the capital of Nicaragua, Managua, along with other representatives of these countries, France. You are still watching our programs coming up in our news. Exclusion among the main challenges facing France now, heading towards serious social problems. Welcome back to our news. To the Palestinian territories, where the Zionist occupier is still waging a savage war on the local population, defying the international and humanitarian conventions. By dawn, several more Palestinians fell martyrs, according to the medical sources, in addition to other injured people. In the meantime, hospitals are almost out of function due to the ongoing blockade, severely impacting as well children who face malnutrition and famine. Still with the international news, the Organization of the Islamic Cooperation condemned the Zionist attempt to take control over the Ibrahimi Mosque, deeming the transfer of running the mosque from the Palestinian Religious Affairs Ministry to the Zionist entity as a blatant violation of the international resolutions. It's warned against any measures likely to modify the legal, historical and religious status of this Islamic site. In a related topic, Greek dockers at the port of the Piraeus held a massive rally and blockaded container ship carrying military equipment destined to the Zionist entity. Another testimony of the working class's solidarity with the Palestinian people going through a critical period since 2 years. A Portuguese news site has sounded the alarm over Morocco's relentless use of Western Sahara's groundwater, warning of the serious impact on the occupied region's resources. Melissa Lila Balaman reports.
A Portuguese news outlet specializing in Western Sahara affairs has revealed the serious risks posed by Morocco's continued depletion of groundwater resources in the region, especially in the occupied city of Dakhla. Morocco's project is a major concern for us because it requires huge amounts of renewable energy along with vast quantities of groundwater. Technical data show that the project's infrastructure uses up to 1.8 billion liters of water each year just for cooling, with a capacity of 500 megawatts. The Portuguese site highlighted how Morocco is betting heavily on economic and agricultural ventures that rely mainly on the occupied Western Sahara's water resources, exploiting them unchecked and with no regard for the Sahrawi people's wealth. Beyond its own borders, Morocco continues to drain the region's natural resources in full view, ignoring international positions and resolutions that oppose with such practices.
To France now, where human rights and equality are disappearing because of racism and discrimination that became part of their daily life, weakening thereby the social cohesion. More details with Yassine Hamdi.
A country that pretends to be a land of freedom and equality is now normalizing racism and discrimination. A country that boasts to be the land of human rights is now violating them. In France, the authorities claim that all the people are equal, but behind the scenes, racism and discrimination became part of the daily behavior even inside the public institutions.
La France est un pays dans lequel il y a des personnes.
In France, some people are racist, some of them are very racist, and there are people tempted by racism. It became mainstream, and today in France, we have a lot of racist crimes.
Des crimes racistes, il y en a dans la France d'aujourd'hui.
Logically, when we succeed in the baccalaureate exam, we should access to university for a license degree, then for a master's degree, but this right is not respected. We're here today to say that everybody should have the right to access university. Sons of migrants and workers, everyone.
Nous, on est là, en fait, pour dire que la fac, elle doit être ouverte à toutes et tous, ouverte aux enfants d'émigrés, ouverte aux enfants d'ouvriers, ouverte aux étudiants étrangers.
Racism is the result of the evil far-right policy. It became a fact that cannot be hidden nor denied anymore, especially with the police violence in the poor neighborhoods and the discrimination in the immigration administration, which led to an escalation of hatred.
With this, we come to the end of our news bulletin. Tomorrow, another day, other news. Keep tuning to our channels and programs. Take care and bye-bye for now.